So the question before me is, why will I vote for Trump? Well, let me begin by saying I hate most what is happening in our country, where the climate within the public square doesn't tolerate diversity of opinions and will in fact seek to drown out opposing views, even by lethal force. Both sides can do this, of course, but the most violent and least tolerant, it seems, are those who hover around the Democrats, whether they're actually Democrats or not. These violent groups hijack the Democratic Party. Some hijack the Republican Party, just like they've hijacked the tragic killings of people of color. Violence and riots should be condemned immediately by all leaders of whatever stripe. It's not the way to resolve the real problems we have. And allowing large groups of people to protest during the COVID pandemic while not allowing backyard barbecues and church services simply makes people conclude that the restrictions are not serious, or worse, they're politically motivated. And governors and members of Congress not wearing masks and visiting venues banned to the people they serve makes the latter conclusion more probable. We're not in a good place in the United States right now, and one can see this in the men and women who make up our political class. Honestly, I don't see much difference between Pelosi and Trump, Schumer and McConnell, Harris and Pence, and all the representatives and senators. They're all political animals, and they seem to be committed to fighting each other more than working for the common good or serving the people for whom they work, the people of the United States. And all the fighting between and among this political class trickles down into the streets. They're not leaders. So one has to pick a presidential candidate in this climate. And what can one do but pick the person who will at least advance some of the principles and policies and laws that continue to realize the ideals of our country: the right to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness for every human being. We obviously have not fully realized these ideals. And in this presidential election, one might wish for more candidates to choose from, but of the ones currently running, I'd have to go with Trump.